Hello everybody, my name is Maria Shiweda. I am Maria the Prophet. Today I would like to give you an update on one of the videos that I have posted earlier sometime in 2021. The video on the resurrection of Prophet TB Joshua. So the update is that event is on course. It will happen at the time it was supposed to. All the events that were supposed to take place before his resurrection have already taken place as I speak. All the people that were supposed to be on board before the resurrection of Prophet TB Joshua have come on board. I'm talking of the past 2 weeks here. Like you have seen, I have not posted much this month of January at all. It was quite hectic on the ground. But everything is on course. Everything is as it was supposed to be. And just like we could not stop the volcanoes, the tsunamis, this is the same issue. This is the same thing. Just like we could not stop his departure, this is the same thing. Now, just to give you an idea of things here when it comes to the resurrection of Prophet TB Joshua. Let me start from 2021. The first half of 2021, there were a lot of prizes offered for the head of Prophet TB Joshua. But there was also a major event that if darkness wipe off Prophet TB Joshua, then they could get to me. But there was something that they didn't know. I had events, the war that I was fighting them, it was assigned to me. Those wars were assigned to me myself. I was a case assigned to the Synagogue Church of All Nations, to Prophet TB Joshua, but he only had a part. This was my training. So there were times the prayers of the Synagogue Church of All Nations could not do anything. They were at the grandstand. That was the time God reassigned everything back to me. I clear it and then they continue from there. This was my training. So now darkness confused that with I was only fighting them that way because of the backing of Prophet TB Joshua. But they did not see that their cases, the cases of the executives, I'm talking of presidents here, billionaires, upper millionaires, millionaires, they were specifically assigned to me myself. So Prophet TB Joshua was there to see me training as it should be. So now came June 5th, they thought now Prophet TB Joshua has departed and now they could carry out their plan. They then just found out that I fought the very same way I did before June 5th. And at this time, there was no going back. We were in the battle. And I already know I have seen wars. I have seen the kind of wars. I have fought the wars all those years and I have the roadmap. So we just fought up until the point that the news of the resurrection of Prophet TB Joshua came in. At that point, we were already at war. There was resistance. But that resistance lasted for like 3 days. Because I remember up to that point, when I got the news about the resurrection of Prophet TB Joshua, I hadn't slept for like 3 days, at least 3 days straight. And then after the news came in, I have another 3 days or more that I did not sleep because of this resistance. They didn't want him to come back because they were still figuring out what is that was causing me to fight them like that. And then a time came when they realized that There's no change. They remembered something. I was tuned in. They remembered that every time I had to fight them myself, like directly, they were always referred back to SCOAN, to Prophet TB Joshua. Why? Because they had options. There's mercy and there's forgiveness. Those two. So they were assured of living. And here I'm talking of these people, I'm talking of actual human beings who are doing things. I'm not talking of in my world, I don't have those people who don't know what they're doing coming to fight me. I don't have that. I'm talking of billionaires here. I'm talking of executives. I'm talking of presidents of different countries. I'm talking of masters of different cults. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the rich and the famous. I'm talking about the poorest man because he cannot make $10. He will have to take an assignment on me. But these ones, the poor ones, I don't even entertain. I go straight to the masters because I know they didn't send themselves. I usually just punch through them, then I'll land to the masters, to the bosses. So darkness was on board with the resurrection of Prophet TB Joshua because of mercy and forgiveness. Again, I'm in a different stream. I'm not in the same stream as Prophet TB Joshua. The stream of Prophet TB Joshua was used to raise me to get to my stream. And that's what happened way back in 2021. Now, the other group of people, they were pastors who were fighting Prophet TB Joshua. These are men of God. So these people have to come on board. These are just men of God around the world. But there are also men of God who were close to him. They also had to come on board. Some did little things and some did big things. But they all had to come on board. And some of them, they have to come on board. I watch them. They are thanking me for standing for my covenant, and because they witnessed the events that happened. And remember, I just talked about Africa emerging. That's the smallest thing in the list I'm talking about here. So these people had to come on board. I'm talking about pastors. Some of these pastors have prayed for me, but they let human nature take over. Yeah, some of these pastors have prayed for me, but the problem was always when a pastor prays for me and then they see beyond this thing that they are praying to remove. Once they see what is beyond that point, then they want it for themselves. So then this launched another war for them and for me and for everybody praying for me. So such pastors, they have to come on board too. And yeah, they say they're going to apologize. I'm talking of people on their knees. People have spent this whole month, so many times I've gone on my knees, because you have to understand, all these pastors, they all came before me. They all prayed for me. They either prayed for me or they prayed for people around the world. These are pastors who are real pastors, and they did everything right except when I showed up. You do 99, everything 99 right, and then Maria shows up, then you have to think about it. Then you are presented with this option of take it or leave it. Yeah, these are people God had to bring on board. And also the closest people to Prophet TB Joshua have to be on board. I'm talking like his family, people in his immediate circle. They all had to not so much to come on board. I just had to hear what they were saying, because you have to understand, the men just left. You understand? The men just left. So with these things of God, with the office of God, you don't have rest, you don't have lunch, you don't have anything for it. Like, your time is not yours. Like in one video, as I was telling you, that at work I worked with my hands, not with my mind. I have to get all the messages. I have to be in tune. God doesn't care whether you are doing something important or not. There's nothing important to him about what you are doing when it comes to what has to be done for him. So everybody had to come on board, and that has happened. The issue of natural disasters will continue. Throughout all these 6 years, there was something I always thought about. TB Joshua, everybody gets a miracle when you get prayed for by Prophet TB Joshua, or by going to the Synagogue Church of All Nations, praying with the Synagogue Church of All Nations, prayed for through the prayer lines, watch and pray along with Emmanuel TV. But I asked God, what would be a miracle for TB Joshua, to give to TB Joshua? Because he already is giving people big miracles. Through him, people get big miracles. So what would be a miracle to him? What is that? What is there that he has not seen yet before? That would be a miracle to him. What would be his miracle? Please put your comments in the comment section. I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. My name is Maria Shiweda. I am Maria the Prophet. Thanks again.